So I don't know if anyone is here, but I only now found the time to do another live stitch with me. So today I'm going to stitch on supersized mox collar cruising the information highway for Manuel Spangler. And I'm still in the box. So my starting point now is 34,186 stitches out of 689,310. I am at 4.96% completed. And this is on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss. I know it's early. Normally I'm filming in the afternoon. But it's Wednesday, so I have my children back this afternoon. And I still need to get a package from the mailman. So I will be interrupted. Hi Laura, welcome. Yes, Stitch is doing better. His abscess is almost gone. He also had his eyes that yeah, I would say were affected, and his nose, he had a cold too. So it seems that he is better because he attacks me now. So I'm still not, and I still don't know how I will get him to the vet at this Friday. I cannot reach him. It's normally my oldest son has cat, so I cannot come near him. I don't know how I will get him in the transport box or the travel box. But he's doing fine. He's definitely feeling better, like I said, as he can attack me. Yeah. Probably moved my screen a bit. Yeah. And since Monday, he has also an immune medication. It's something that helps his immunity. So that's a pill. So I have to, in the morning I give him his 2 times syrup. And then at the evening he gets his other capsule pill. So from the moment he sees me, he's gone. He doesn't like me anymore. He really makes us difficult to give him his meds. Each morning I'm losing like 20 minutes until I can get I can give him his medication. So I asked the vet Monday when I went back for the other medication what I could do with him, and she said roll him in a blanket. But I was like, how can I roll him in a blanket? I cannot approach him. And now my oldest son, when he's at his lab, he rolls him in a blanket and then he brings him to me. So that's a bit easier, but still not the best way, I think. Like I said, I still don't know how I will transport him on Friday noon. My son is at school. I cannot pick him up. So I don't know how. And even candy, giving candy to him is also not helping. Tried that before. He doesn't come. It was already a busy week. And a tire week. Saturday I had grocery shopping. When I came home, my husband needed to go to work, so I was alone with the children. They were very, very wild. So yeah, I couldn't do a live like I had planned. Friday I had planned one too after my floss tube, but then it was 11 o'clock in the morning. And then I was like, yeah, in an hour is my husband awake, so then I cannot do another one. Then I had to go to the vet, so when I was back at home at 2:30, and I needed to leave at 3:10 p.m. So he was like, yeah, for 30 minutes it isn't the best way to do a live. So yeah, that didn't happen too. Then when he was back at home from work, it was dinner time and that stuff. So then in the evening, my daughter wanted to see a movie. Like I said, Saturday was on the grocery stuff and they were very wild. Sunday, we had the appointment with the neighbor, his aunt from my husband. In the afternoon, what was done? What did we have then? Monday. So this was, what did I do on Monday? I had, chores to do. And I watched Jen the Caffeinated Craft too, her video. And then the other stuff I don't remember already. And then yesterday I tried, I tried a new game with the help from ChatGPT. It isn't working because I have too much switching to do. So I'm going back to the basics. But it took time to make it, to prepare it, to do all the stuff. Then I think that was on Monday. Yeah. And then yesterday I started back to stitching, but it was already in the afternoon because I had to tweak my normally basic stitching. So I was talking with ChatGPT how I could fix my issues. So yeah, I made my wheels, I made my new lists, I made a spreadsheet so I could fill it in easily each week for my floss tube. So it wasn't more an administration day yesterday, and now we are here, Wednesday morning. This morning we had the search of 50 minutes for the car. I didn't know where my husband parked the car when he arrived home this morning. So we searched, we couldn't find the car. After 50 minutes I called him awake to ask where was the car. I was like, I'm losing time here. I need to get to school. Without the car, it will not happen, of course. And tomorrow morning, I have to get up earlier because my oldest son has a sporting day. So he has to be at 7:30 at school, so I have to be awake at 6:30. So that's again fourth time driving. And of course the school homework started, so I have to help there too. So I cannot say I'm not busy. And stitching, of course, suffers under all that stuff. What I wanted to do was 500 stitches on my focus whips as usual. I'm sticking with that. And then I wanted to do 400 stitches one of my rainbow whips. Then that's for 4 days a week, and the other 3 days a week for my fortune wheel. So I have a bit of variety. And then after that was my goal to do a small stitch, like temperature stitching, but not according to the weather anymore. So I will just spin my wheel and take what was it, five whips weekly, stitch those 150 stitches, and the other 2 days I would stitch on the little adventurer, so that gets progress too and gets finished this year. So I try to get all. Whoa, Katie. It's middle of the night here, 2:20 a.m. Yes, I know it's not my usually time. You always can catch up the replay if you want and go to bed. I even didn't manage to get to Yogi anymore, her live streams, because I'm asleep. Oh yeah, so I tried to get everything what I was doing in my daily stitching, but not overwhelming with lots of whips on a day. That was the goal. What? Not sleeping? Katie says I'm not sleeping anyway. How? Insomnia? Other issues? I couldn't stay awake. Yeah, and then Friday we have the next appointment with Stitch. That's true. And the new floss tube. So, oh, insomnia is so bad. I had that before. And now I wouldn't do nothing else than sleep. I think my mailman is here. Yeah. So I need to open the door in a bit. The dogs are acting up. Now I'm back. It was a mailman. Like I said, he would come. And I was sitting good, and now I need to find a spot. Yeah, it's just fiddling around. It was a box for my son for soccer again. You hear the dogs. So they know when he come, he doesn't need to ring the bell. They already know that he's here. So I was saying, I forgot. Floss tube on Friday will not be a lot to show again. Now I'm doing my 6th trip so far, so it will not be a lot. Yep. What I'm doing wrong. I still need to eat my breakfast. So I don't know if a lot of people are here now. I don't think so, it's too early. So it will be a video for a replay most of the time. But that's fine, I will talk. And Stitch. Because lately when my children are at home, they are so wild and loud that I cannot do anything. So a live stream with them is not an option then too. Ow! That was in my hand. Saturday I need to get up early again because my son wanted to do like a kind of workshop for programming games and that stuff. Computer things. So you have to drive him to the workshop. then it's already Sunday again. After that. My husband is also working on Saturday afternoon. This week and what was I going to say? Yeah, forgot. Sky. Why is it getting loose each time here? Yeah, teaching what I wanted to say. Oh, Lara is teaching on 6 portals today. That's nice. Did you see the anonymous message in the group? There is a person in the group saying that she cannot search in the Pattern Keeper chart from 6 portals, the big one. So all the thing I would try, I said her. Nothing works. I said it to Sarah because there was someone else on the Pattern Keeper group. And there she said there's nothing wrong with this file. And I said, yeah, mine is also working, so I don't know what it is. So I sent that lady to Sarah so she can discuss it with her. I don't know what's happening. So maybe it's just a setting. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I get all difficult questions like someone asked me if Het would still have fabrics and floss. So if it's sold out, not, I guess. The cones. Like I said, all those stuff I don't know. I'm not the shops. But I try to help as much as I can. Laura says, I did see that. I'm not having any issues with mine. Me too. All the issues were fixed when I had found the previous one there. So I don't know what's happening with the people who get not the search function. Is it a bug? Is it an update from Pattern Keeper? I don't know. like I said, it's all technical. Sky, stop. I think why she's... Because Hope is on my lap. It's Hope. It's Sky on my lap. Oké. Hebt nog plaats, Hope? Je kunt er nog bij. So jealous. From each other. Ja, het is goed. Kom. They are hitting my standards. Up. And now they are going to play. Up. Where did you start on the 6 portals, Laura? The which panel? Of which portal? The left one? The right one? The middle one? Sky! She's acting as I don't get any attention. And when I'm alone and not filming, she's upstairs. Do you really want me to read that? Laura says, top left, I'm a basic and I will not call the word. Oh, I think I'm pulling the thing down. Wait, I think I'm pulling with the fabric my frame down. That's on the right side here hanging. So it's gets diagonal. Hopla. There was a man watching inside the house, so that's why they are acting now, the dogs. That was really weird. An old man watching inside. Hmm. Kitty says, I'm stitching Once Upon a Fairy Tale today. I have been calling it Once Upon a Time, but that was the wrong piece. Yes, yes. I stitched on that one this week too. The Once Upon a Fairy Tale one, eh? Once Upon a Time was only that book, I think. From the Treasure Hunt bookshelf. What's happening here with that stuff? Normally I use my Lowry adapter. I didn't get it now. And now it's really... See? It's falling down. Otherwise I need to get my adapter in a bit. I cannot stitch like this. No. I will get my adapter. This is not going to work. It's falling down each time. And I'm still wondering why that person was watching inside. To look what's on my table? I don't know. Wow, 30% on Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I just have 2 page finishes on that one. It's minus super size max color. I open up. I need to say to my husband when he's wake again. That's one part of the adapter. Yeah. We are getting there. Wow, also 6%. Laura says I have the super size max color version too. It's my focus piece this year and I just passed 6%. Wow. I don't remember how much percentage it is. It's 2 pages, so I think 2 and a bit. 220 maybe. Okay, and now, will it now work? Next time, do it immediately. Maybe you still have to go to the left. Yeah, I need to move a bit. Oh, it's the reed from the fabric that I have stitched. Look, Sky is playing with her teddy. Can you see it? There. Oh, she was playing with it. It was fun to see. I'm still in the first shelf, Katie. I don't know how much confetti it is. Because it is, if it is that bad, that's not my deity. Like, what is it? Kingdom? Yeah, then I can understand. Will it now be good? Hopefully. Again, next. Ow! See? Like I said, I don't think it's my day today. Again. So, hopefully this will work better now. Getting it straight again. It was good, but then you can see where I'm stitching. So don't get dizzy. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, we can go again. Setting up is not easy at all. Yeah. Good morning, Rena. Good morning, night, everyone, she's saying. Kathy says, it's more confetti than Kingdom. I stitched Kingdom with Max color and this expanded is more confetti than that. Oh. Yeah, I'm stitching Kingdom as supersized Max color, so it is heavy. But I have to say, like, Peaceful Vibes Max color is also heavy stuff. And yesterday I stitched on the monkey in Circus. His jacket with the squares in it. Hi, Dolly. Dolly says, hi everyone, it's 2:51 a.m. in Illinois, USA. Yeah, I know it's early or night for some people, but I explain it. It's for me difficult to get other times now to do my lives. So if you want to sleep, go to sleep and catch the replay. But it's nice of you to pop in. Or saying good night. Yeah, it's also nice. I'm now stitching park threads out first. And then I will fill in with threads I need to add. For me, I didn't say it. For me, it's now 9:45 in the morning. And it is the 9th of September? No, the 10th of September. Already wrong. Oh, I'm behind in dates. The adapter helps. Yay! So next time, note to yourself, you need to use your Lowry adapter. And the vet also said, Laura from Stitch, I forgot to tell that, if his cold is like, if he sneezes a lot, it can be the sneeze illness. So then he needs the immune pills for always. What? Leanne says, 3:53 in Atlanta, USA. I will sleep when I'm dead. Gotta keep stitching. What? Okay. If I'm tired, I even cannot stitch. So, yeah. I think that's another thing. But I admire your perseverance. A lot. Five. Yeah. But my son said he used to sneeze a lot. I didn't know that. She asked me that, but I wasn't sure. And that's something he could have, gotten from another cat here. Maybe from Dutch, we don't know. But I hope he doesn't need that pill each day, because it's not cheap. For now the 15 pills I paid €25. So yeah, you know what a pill is, I think. So yeah. It's not cheap. I'm already happy that it's not a tumor or something like that, because I was afraid for that. Yeah, with Smokey, we had a lot of medication to buy and separate diet food for his kidneys issues. With Dodge, we had a lot of issues with meds. Who else? Xana, our dog, had pills for her heart. So yeah, we know what it is if they are struggling. And I'm very happy that his eyes are better too. From Stitch. Otherwise he needed an ointment to put in his eyes. So that was another thing. And sometimes I feel very, very lonely. Like now, I can stitch. I have you guys to talk with, but this afternoon my husband is working. My children are at home, but they are like too wild. I don't know what it is with them lately, but is it because they are at school and not all the time with me? I don't know, but they're like, Mom this, Mom that. They don't shut up for a minute. They keep talking. Did you see that? Did you know that? So all that stuff. And sometimes it's good. Like yesterday, my oldest son said there was a boy from a year higher, and he asked him if he had how is it called in English? A firelighter? Is it a firelighter? The thing that you use to put fire on. I think it's a firelighter. If not, yeah. And I said, what did you say? He said, no, I didn't have one. But I think it's strange. Why would you need a firelighter at school? If you are a smoker, but that's not allowed on that age because they are 13, 14 years old. It's permitted from 16 years old, so that would be an issue. Is it because they want to lighten those small bombs at school, like they do in the toilets, like firework bombs? That's also not allowed. Is it something else that they want to do, like put fire at school? I don't know. So I was like, that's very strange. Why would someone ask you like that? So I did the notification to school that they can search what's happening there, because I don't trust that. The school has it's a technical school, so they have I would say substances that can be on fire that they need to use in technique sessions. So it's very dangerous. Or like gas flasks. They have that there too. So if there's something that a person that has bad issues for the school, they need to know, I think. Maybe it's just a smoker, eh? I don't know. It can be a lot more than only that, so I'm curious. And protective. So sometimes it's good they talk to me, but all the times they're like acting funny, laughing all the time. And he also said that boy was asking other people for a lighter, fire lighter. What the thing was? Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that was very strange. Oh yeah, and he got a 0. That was another thing yesterday. He got a 0 for the sprint and gym. He was 1 second late and he got a 0. So he was like, I'm losing points again for gymnastics. My oldest one, eh? He's not fit at all, I know. But he goes for technician at school, not to be athlete. And she always, and June, she also gave him a 0. Then I went to the teacher and she says I gave points for the trying, and it was like a 0. And then my husband was like, yeah. And then she thinks she will motivate him to do more sport if she always gives him a 0. I don't think that will help. And I said to my son, if she gives you a 0, I even wouldn't start. Then I would just sit and do nothing. Why would you even try if she don't give you points? Or if she doesn't give you any points? Why would you try? And then he said, oh, that she can send me away to punish me. So yeah, that was another thing. Does anyone has experience with spreadsheets? The Google app spreadsheets? I made some files yesterday and I tried to get them on one page, to fit them on one page, The first page should work, but I cannot do that on my phone. I asked my son yesterday evening if he can do it on the computer he has from school to get it fitting to a page, and it didn't. He didn't succeed either. So I don't know what is wrong. Getting my letter type smaller is unreadable. Katie says, Dolly, Rina, what are you stitching on today? If they are not going to sleep yet. Rina says, I'm stitching on the Heaven and Earth Saal roses. The one, is it the one with all the green? Rina, is that the one with all the green? As background, the light green. I think so. Oh, a lot of green, yes. I'm glad I didn't pick that one. And that's also the reason why I couldn't choose the bunny, because of all the green there too. I don't like green. Like two pages green, that was a hell. Rina says, I want to make the bunny too. Green is not an issue for me. Oh, I want to say that I can say the same, but yeah. Even my daughter is torturing me now, eh? She's wearing today a lime green shirt with a dark green pants. And yesterday my husband said, you know, your mother doesn't like green. And you are wearing green. Oh, Rina says, I don't like orange and yellow. Oh, I love those colors. Those are my favorites. Orange, yellow, pink, all no issues with. Purple, blue, all no issues with it. But green, Oh, you wouldn't like my clothes today. I have like dark yellow thing. What color is it? This. Dark yellow, light orange, and I have orange pants. So you wouldn't like me today. Hi, Coco. Good morning. Orange with Oh yeah, Coco says yellow is my favorite color. Mine too. Mine too. But I hate green. Not the light green, like lime green. That's like for me, I can class it a bit with yellow. I know it's not yellow, but it goes a bit to yellow, so that's really okay. But those dark greens, like these, oh, I hate them. And Sunday, yeah, Sunday I was watching the Max Color Stitcher, and she said I hate green. And every time she stitches green, she has to think about me. Of me. So yeah. Katie says, I like all colors, but I hate the white and really light colors when stitching. Yeah, it's because we are stitching on white, I think. But if you stitch on black, like I do with Flamingo, then you love the light colors, but hate the dark colors on it. It's like black on black. Tricia says, morning everyone, it's 4 a.m. in Canada. Are you already awake or not going to bed yet? Coco says, I don't like stitching white either, especially when it's a big block. Yeah. I can totally understand you. We can suffer with our hobby. We can suffer. Whoa. Oh, Tricia is already awake. That's early. Then you need a big cup of coffee. And Leanne says, me too, Coco. So Leanne doesn't like the white block stitching too. Tricia, you will not tell me that you're already stitching, are you? I think you need to get up first. It's something I couldn't do. Getting up and start stitching. Nope. I need time to get awake. I'm not a morning person, still not. And now, with having, with early mornings each day of the week, at Saturday it was, I think. Saturday, Sunday evening. My husband. Oh, Coco says already awake on purpose, or are you having trouble sleeping? So that, I think that's for Tricia. Tricia says, about to start, I will make a cup of tea. That's also good, if you do not like coffee. But I think, what was I going to say? Saturday evening or Sunday evening, my husband was like, do you want already to go to sleep? And I was like, yes, I'm tired. And it was like 10 p.m. 11 p.m. 10 or 11 p.m. Yeah, but he's normally awake all night. So he was like, you go to bed early. Yeah. But I have another rhythm now than him. So now that issue pops up in the weekends. No. Where am I stitching? On my chart, I forgot. Oh. This, here. Yep, found it. Hi Lydia. Welcome. She's saying, hi Siske, nice watching your stitching. Yeah. It's early, I know, it's early. And yesterday I asked my children what they found about that I have of their opinion. That I filmed my floss tube on Friday because I'm still like not getting into that weekly scheme. And they said they love it that I film on Friday because then they can do what they want on Sundays. So they found it better that I film on Friday. That was the conclusion. My husband too. So I was like, I'm the only one that are that have difficulties with the new adaptation of the week. So my new week starts now on Friday instead of Sunday. I'm still in, like, not getting in that rhythm. Lydia is also in Brussels time. That helps. I had some people from America here, and there's like still early night of early morning. 4 a.m. is still early. For me, night. So, yeah. For the rotation thing, they're getting more quickly adapted than me. But I think I will, with time it will fit in, I think. Getting used to it. And if I don't have to go to the vet anymore, that will help too. On Fridays. Coco says, how do you stitch, Siske? It looks like you're parking, but it's different for me. Helaas, Kitty. As I park in diagonal rows. Yes. I'm working. Ella, hop, Sky. Shh. Is Kitty ook niet? It was because she was scratching at the walls. The dogs are barking. Genoeg. Yeah. So now I can answer your question. So, I did a bit of 2 blocks high from right to left. So like this. And I start normally so with the first stitching out the park threads, and then I will fill in from top to bottom. So I park if I need it here close by, If not, I park it under here. So normally I have to stop here at this block, but I'm stitching now my threads out as far as I can. So I have less sparked threads, for a bit. Normally I have way more, but okay. With this I can now. I have stitched in diagonals too, but that's, I think, 8 years ago. And now it seems that I cannot fit in anymore with my diagonal parking. What did I do there? I did the needlebook version of it. So I did each symbol at a time of one row in a diagonal. So, how would I call it? Yeah, like a snake. You just follow from left to right, so down, and you stitch each symbol like it is on the chart. So it was very, very slow. And I stopped doing that. And this is a bit of Coco says, oh yes, I can see it now. Maybe I should do that on my Animal Kingdom piece. I'm also doing the supersized Max collar, as there's lots of park threads there. Yes, I have a tutorial on Kingdom, my supersized Max collar, where I stitch this method. It is a combination of the typewriting method from Sarah, the stitching mommy, and the Rid of Royal Rose with my own twist about it. You can find it in the tab tutorials if you want to watch it later. Laura says if I do diagonals, I do cross country in the diagonal and then park in the next diagonal. Yeah, there I am stuck because I miss park, or I miscount for my cross country. I cannot count. I have proven that in portals. I cannot count in cross country. I always make mistakes. So that's why I'm sticking with this method. I make less mistakes with this because it's on a select area and or a selected box, like you would say. And with cross country, I make a lot of mistakes. Max Color Stitcher first stitched typewriter method, so still like me, she goes from left to right, so left top symbol to right she picks, and then down from top to bottom, and then she stitches out. So not like me, like just working on this section. She stitches it out to the left, no, to the right, because she starts left. So she stitch her floss out to the right, and if she cannot go further, she park it under, I think. But she did first one block at a time, so one row of blocks, the first row for example, and now she's also doing the 2 blocks like I'm doing. But there are so different ways to stitch. Yeah. Sometimes I do not stitch out my park threads first, and I just start from top to bottom, right to left, because I'm stitching from right to left. With Kingdom, I'm stitching it from left to right. I'm still not getting used to it anymore, but yeah. I think when I'm at the end of my shelf, I will go back from right to left instead of from left to right. That's what I'm thinking now. I need to stitch 2. That was here. 2. Yeah. Rina says, I've ordered fabric to start the Animal Kingdom. Wow. Which version? And that was a plane. And I'm not living nearby an airport or something. Or if you can say like 50 kilometers is nearby, then it is. Or maybe 100. I don't know how far it is from here. A regular one. Then you will do half of the stitching. For me, it's 764,235 stitches. And for the people who are stitching the Once Upon a Fairy Tale one, did you check if you don't have the number 09 in it? Because I had started it in the version I had, and apparently I had the 09 version in it. I got the new version from Heaven and Earth Designs, but I forgot that I had one. So I had to reload it with the new one. 374,435 stitches, so a small one. Yes, even a quick stitch can be almost 1 million stitches. So that's a small one then. It's a mini. Oh, I'm teasing you. It's a mini. It's close to be done, that thread here. Hola! Rina says, oh, I see, I bought Max Color. So you will have a lot of fun too. With those color changes. You will have max pleasure. Allee. Draadje. And all the medications. Nah. Will I take this one? Yeah. Oh, cat. No. Rina asked, and I'm working on Magic Forest color expansion. Is that the same as max color? No. Color expansion is around 150 colors, and max color is between 235 and 240 colors. So you have more colors in max color. On this chart, it's also a supersized max color, but it's doable, I think. I think it's more doable because, yeah, it's more books, same color ranges. Allee. I don't think I will have all my stitches done before I need to get my children again. That would be a big dream. So, yeah, this part is now finished in bark threads. So I will start to fill in. And I start with one color that has a lot of stitches. 37.99. And I'm getting close to the first 5% of this one. Yay! Finally! So I'm now at 4.99%. Wow. Still not 5. This will be the word history. It's a history book. This was dogs and cats. And here, sell on eBay. And here, there has to be the medical sign of a doctor in it. The snake one. That you also see on pharmacies. I know it has a name, but I don't know what it says in English. So when I go down, after this part, when this is filled in, I will go down and I try to get the history in it. So I probably will do this and then go back to there. And this is a page finish here. So yes, I try still to stitch by page. I love my page finishes. It's like a mini finish. That gives motivation to go to the next one. Okay, caduceus is the name of the symbol. Yeah, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. That little thread is also teasing me. This is now mostly block stitching to fill in. It's not in block, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of same color stitching. That's nice to get awake. Oh. My coffee is meanwhile iced coffee. It's cold. Okay. And I even don't know what I will stitch on this afternoon. I still have to spin my wheel. Three. 2. Now. Even now I'm filling in, I'm still counting. Oh, my cable dimmed my light. My charging cable. See? How can I solve that? And I was marking my chart. I'm back to Petty Keeper because it's easier to handle. Katie says, Fairy Tale is my New Year's start for this year. I just passed 122,000 stitches on it. Wow. But I only have 7 whips. Yeah. I got on my Instagram a comment again. It was a Spanish lady. And she asked me how many whips I had. And how many I had done. Because I started, what was it? Ah yeah, my quick stitch there from Little Cake Shop. And I answered her that I had many whips, but I started when I want to start something. I know people don't get it. I know. I think I have, what was it, 16? Yeah, 16,000 stitches on mine from Fairy Tale. And my daughter is making the puzzle of that one. And she made the puzzle of Treasure Hunt Bookshelf too. And then she said those are filled with all fairy tales. And I didn't know that. Or I didn't know that before. And she said, yeah, it is. And then she explained all the different pieces on that puzzle. But now she's back at school and she's less puzzling. Maybe this afternoon. Yeah. And another new school rule was last year they could take one fruit. What is that now? There's a car before the door. He's gone again. So last year they could take a fruit for the 10-hour break. And then in the afternoon break it was a cookie. This school year, for the two little ones, they said they cannot bring any cookies anymore. So it's only 2 times fruit, vegetables, nuts. Nuts was also good. And maybe a sandwich. So I was like, okay, yeah, so we do what they say. And yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I got a mail saying that it wasn't followed, that rule. So not of our stuff, of course, but I think in general it was said. So now, yesterday, my daughter came home and she said, my boxes were inspected to see what I had with me. Otherwise, I couldn't eat it what was in my box. So if it wasn't allowed, she couldn't eat it. Oh yeah, she was fine, of course, because it was all fruit and the stuff that was allowed. But she was like, Katie says, yes, I thought you were crazy when I first started watching you, but now I get it. You do stitch a lot every week. Someday in the future you will have many beautiful finished projects. Yes, it was like food police. And I asked my little one if he had the same check-in of his snacks, his fruit snacks. And he was like, no, they didn't ask me anything. But he doesn't eat anything. So he gets his fruit to school and he brings it all back. And then he throws it away. He throws it all away. So he doesn't like the no cookie rule. But now they are doing a sale. A cookie sale. As a kind of charity goal is to help for more materials in the classrooms. So it's like a fundraising, but with selling cookies. So my husband said, why would I need to buy cookies if they cannot eat them? So my little one asked that to his teacher. And he said, why should we buy cookies if we cannot eat cookies at school? And then the teacher answered him, you can get a cookie when you're at home in the evening or in the weekends. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. And my daughter, her teacher, gives them candy in the classroom. And I was like, we need to give you all the healthy food stuff. And then your teacher is like, I'm have lack on it and I give you just candy. Yeah, that's not helpful either. Eh? Ah, I picked two strands. Yeah, she had popcorn, candy, all different stuff, and that was allowed. Yeah. And the worst thing of all was, yesterday she said my teacher was eating cookies in front of us and we couldn't have one. So if you know it's not allowed, then you should adapt as teacher too, I think. No? Am I going too far? In American schools, they try to count ketchup as a vegetable. Parents refused. It isn't a vegetable too, eh? Yeah. Ketchup. But my school is in my oldest son is in high school, and they can have donuts. What is it? Breads with the sausage in. Not like hot dogs. It's another kind of hot dog. They can buy it all at school, so it's not healthy either. And that school has lack of it. So now I have to tell my two youngest ones, you cannot eat cookies at school, and he at his school can eat what he wants. So when my daughter goes to that school next year, she doesn't need to get her fruit anymore. Eh? She can eat what she wants. So I think there is a real structure problem there. And it's even in my daycare it started. We had to say to our little children, they cannot play with food. Like you cannot use rice to make bottles for playing. So like they shake with rice. It wasn't allowed. We couldn't use any color pages. They have to draw it itself. Rina says it's good schools recommend fruits, but I think it's still to the parents. On the other hand, some kids bring candy bars instead of bread. Yeah. I didn't get that. And I can approve what they do. I'm really, yeah, it's good. But I think they have to do it at all schools and not only in particular schools. Yeah, the rice thing. Yeah, I went to school for daycare. So we had the course of playing with children. And there they say it wasn't allowed to play with food. So dried rice, dried pasta, everything what you could use in playing stuff, it wasn't allowed. Because you give the wrong signal to the children that you cannot play with food. Food is for eating and not for playing. So in schools, they can use pasta to make an artwork. They can do anything what they want. we couldn't use any coloring pages because that doesn't stimulate their creativity when they are the ages between baby and 3 years old. But at school, they can give us a color paging. We had a parent's assignment, so we had to do, how do you call it? The parents including in the daycare. At school, we cannot know what's happening. Max Color Stitcher. Hi, Anne. Hi, everyone. I'm happy I finally managed to catch you live, Siske. 7 p.m. here in Australia. I was just talking about your stitching method earlier. It's early, and you probably have to go to work too. Or are you a day off? Have you a day off? Yeah. So I was telling about my course of daycare and all the different stuff. So we have a strict rule base of what we couldn't do in daycare. And then they go to school at the years of 3 years old. And then it was all allowed. Even with food. We couldn't give particular food stuff. Like spinach with a fish wasn't allowed. Because there was a thing in the spinach that was too, yeah, nitraat, I think. It was nitraatrijk. Rich of nitrate, I think. So, see, from baby on, we had a strict course to follow. And then, yeah, that we have too. Rina says in the Netherlands they are talking about not allowing a treat when a kid has his birthday. That was a thing in the daycare too. We couldn't allow that. Then in the schools it was allowed. Now not anymore. Then we had to buy a toy in the toddler schools. In the toddler classrooms, we had to buy a toy that could be used in the classroom. So the teacher made a list from all what was available to buy. Then we bought that and we gave that to the birthday person, the birthday boy, birthday girl, and that was the gift they got for the classroom. So it was not for the birthday one itself. So it was always for the classroom, and they couldn't have a cupcake or something to celebrate. You couldn't bring any treat. So it was just a party in the class, like with opening that box, that gift that we gave for the classroom, and that was it. So there's a lot of rules that we had to do starting from daycare. Then it was allowed in another one, like with Mother's Day. With New Year, you make a New Year's gift in daycare. So if the parents were separated, divorced, we made one for mom, for dad. There was no issues. Today in primary school, if you are divorced, that child can have to choose for which person he makes a card. If we did celebrate Mother's Day in daycare, we had to see it more bright because not everyone had a mother. It can be a plus mother, a stepmother, all this kinds of stuff. So we saw it very white. And in school they say, no, you only can make a thing for your mother. Grandparents' parties, only for grandparents. But not every child has grandparents, and so on and so on. So all the things we had to do in daycare, it wasn't allowed in primary school, or they make their own ways to act around it. That was my point. like other things they learned in the courses was, you have to approach children with pink glasses. Meaning, if you want to say to that child, stop running in the hallway, you couldn't say it like that. You had to say, we step in the hallway. So you cannot use the negative sentences to children. It would affect their self-image. That was another thing. And then I had something. Like I said with my son this morning from his running. She was this motivating my son with his sport. So that's all allowed. But in daycare, you cannot do anything. So I think school have still a lot to learn and to adapt to get to the straight rules of the same rules as daycare. Coco says, to be honest, young children don't understand the difference between yes and no as instantly as older kids. So if you say no running, it takes them a while to process that they need to stop running and walk. Instead, but if you tell them to walk, they understand it faster. Yes, like I said, I'm okay with all the rules. But when they go to toddler school, so the toddler classroom, because at 3 years old they go to school here, they don't use that anymore. And in primary school, it's gone. And at high school, certain. Like another rule. When you have a daycare, you have to be the safe haven. So, for that child. So you cannot have switch daily other people in the daycare. Okay? So one person in the daycare for the same children always. Yeah, if you are sick or something, that's something else. But normally one person. At schools, like my oldest daughter now, my daughter now, has 2 teachers in a week. So that's not one person anymore in primary school. So there it isn't necessary anymore. And toddler school, same. Those teachers rotate, so they don't have the same teacher every day. And that's all fine, but it cannot be in daycare. Another thing that was popping up in my mind. And even they have a new system now. If a teacher is sick in primary school, let's say my daughter, her teacher is sick, they do not search for a replacement of teacher. They put all the children in a hotel class. It's called like that, a hotel class. That means all the children are split up and they go to a lower class and sit there to watch, I think. And they get a bundle with exercises they have to make themselves at their own pace. So that's the hotel class. So normally they need to search for another teacher, but no, they do that now. Because they cannot find teachers. Yeah, probably in other countries it is all different. I'm just talking about Belgium and all our rules. Rina says the primary school likes to have one teacher in one class, but the problem is there aren't enough teachers. And I can say it is well that there are not enough teachers. I joined a Facebook group from Belgium where teachers are looking for classes to teach. So schools to teach. And it's full, but really full with teachers that not get a chance for a classroom. I mean that. I can scroll through all the advertising of teachers saying I am searching for a class, I'm searching for in high school to give French, to give other things. Katie says, I think our institutions have too much say about how we parent our children. Some of the rules make no sense for real life and they are very inconsistent. It is. Okay, another one. The smartphone thing. It is not allowed anymore on high school. Okay, they cannot have it in their pocket. They cannot have it in their pants. So in the pocket of their pants, the pocket of their jacket, not on them. Okay. Then they say they have to get their smartphone in the locker, so the closet they have with the key, or in their school bag. So for that, okay. Then I got a rules sheet about the locker. They are saying if someone breaks in the locker and steals like the smartphone in it, the school isn't how do you say it? The school isn't, you cannot complain to the school that they are for the stolen smartphone. Leanne says, I absolutely agree with that, so I homeschooled my children instead. Yeah, it's not easy here too to do that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. So they cannot have their smartphone visible. It has to be in the locker or the school bag. But when it is stolen, you cannot go to school and say, hey, the phone is stolen, you have to refund me. I cannot find the word. They are not... So all the rules. And I get rules everywhere. I get rules from the gym teacher. I get rules from the school teachers. I get rules from my high school son's teachers. He has 10 or something. Then his gym teacher. Oh, all those rules. It's getting insane sometimes. Then the rules next to the teacher. The school rules. Oh. Yeah, that was it. Not responsible or liable. That was it. Thank you. For the smartphone. Yeah. So sometimes you think I have to follow more rules than something else. And I agree with the smart school rule that they cannot use it anymore. I totally agree with that. So no screens. But I find it with the no responsible thing a bit difficult to say. Put it in your locker. Then they had to make like separate boxes or something that they could all put in their smartphone, and at the end of the school day they can pick it up again. That's my opinion. So it was safe, nobody could steal it, and then it was also done. Wow. Katie says, I have 5 children, I homeschooled the youngest 2. Wow. Wasn't that difficult? Vanisha says, super. Okay. I think homeschooling my children I even couldn't do because they wouldn't listen. And now I already say like 5 times the same thing and they still don't do what I asked. So let's say that I need to teach them. And even not really true because I also homeschool my youngest one. So yeah, maybe. But yesterday he was also doing stuff that wasn't allowed. He had to read his book. So I sent him upstairs. And behind my back he was playing on the iPad instead of reading. Then he came home. He came downstairs and then he said, "Oh, I finished my reading." But no, he was on his iPad. I didn't know he had taken it. Leanne says, the best job I ever had that didn't pay. Yeah. Vanisha says, I'm from India. Wow, India. You are the first person from India that I know of. So welcome. Very hard work, nice work. Thank you, thank you. I saw a TV program about India. Where the students there want to learn for hotel stuff. So they can have a job in the hotel. Like the cook, the cleaning ladies for the rooms and that stuff. It was very nice to see that. All the special wishes from the customers. I am from Belgium. Little country. I think we are even the smallest country on earth. Belgium. Katie says, not at all. I loved it and valued the time I had with them. Yes, but they would be insecure too. That they do not know everything and yeah. And then they have to do exams on an exam commission. I think it's not that easy. Yeah, and I learned my children that they can have an opinion, that they can tell it, but it needs to be. It has to be on a polite way. So that's something I learned them from when they were little, that they can tell anything, but it has to be in a polite way. Need to pull that a bit lower. What time is it in India for the new lady? I'm wondering. What is the time difference with us? Katie says they turned out okay. They are successful adults. Not really. My youngest is still 7. He has still issues. Like yesterday in the car, he wanted to grab his school bag. He was on the bench behind me in the car. And he in the trunk. That's not the trunk, I think. So his school bag was in the trunk of the car. And he was like, oh, I will grab my school bag. And he jumped into the trunk. So like, yeah, I'm here sitting. Yay. And it was like, you are not allowed to do that. You have to sit on your seat on the bench. So he's still doing naughty stuff. Of when you go to the grocery shopping, I think I'm telling him 20 times or more that he cannot touch all the stuff in the shop. He cannot keep his hands in his pockets and just don't touch anything that we will not buy. I can't say it like that. He wants to see and feel everything. And there was someone saying about the 6 portals. Yeah, 6 portals is indeed a bit confetti and a bit block stitching. I forgot your name. I think it was Laura. And Saturday we were all in the shop, in the supermarket, and the person at the kassa, yeah, to where you get your bill to pay. He was very, very slow, and they helped him to give all the products with the barcode so he could easily scan. And my husband was like an ice bear walking around constantly brumming. So like, I need to go to work. I need to go to work. And I was like, I know. So I helped the student with our car, our shopping cart, so we could go further along. And he was still like, oh, it takes so long, and he is very slow, and it doesn't I will be late. And I was like, stop. And he was on time Saturday, but the polar bear, oh my. He was very nervous that he would be late at work because of that student on the kassa. Katie asks, did 6 posters go into Pet Keeper easily with no issues? With mine, it went perfectly. I didn't had any issues when I got the newest version. So I saw the person in the group having issues that it not be searchable. I don't know what's happening there. I didn't had that. So now I recommended to reach out to Sarah. Maybe she knows what can be done about that. Because I asked Sarah, and she was saying it works perfectly. So it cannot be anything from the chart. So yeah, I think that person better reach out to her, because me, she wouldn't believe. I tried. Coco says in PetKeep you can import in legacy mode to see if that's better. When you click import, it's the second option. Yeah, the person already tried that and it didn't work either, Coco. So I also recommended to do that, or to delete it and to redo it. It all doesn't work to get it searchable. So the search function doesn't work. The pattern is in it, but it doesn't have the magnifier on top. So there are only 2 buttons instead of 3. Max Color Stitches says, I'm currently stitching on Blooming Whiskers. It's definitely one of my favorite whips. Mine too. And I'm still having issues with my rotation. So I tried the new setup, then a new game, then I went back to the basics. I don't know anymore. And then I had a chat with ChatGPT. Goh, all the things he said to me. Something he said was, you do not have to feel as a failure if you do not reach the 7,000 stitches weekly, but see it as how much you have done that week, or something like that. Tricia says, I'm going to buy portals and Blooming Whiskers this week. I have FOMO going on. I have no business buying such a large chart, but oh well. Laura says, and you and Siske both stitch-fluenced me to buy Blooming Whiskers. Yeah. They were all yeah, the ChatGPT thing was very funny to see how he knew me well. What were my issues? So all that stuff, it was very fun to read. And then he also said I had to lower my goals. Yeah. And I was like, I do not want to lower my goals. You want to get it all done. That's the issue. Yeah. So then he said, if you have 1,750 stitches done in a week, then you already have your weekly goal done. And all the thing you do extra is bonus stitching. I was like, yeah. And are you stitching before you go to work? Or are you at home? Holiday period. Because you're already at stitching at 7 a.m.? Oh my god. You guys are early. One at 4 a.m., one at 7 a.m. Ah, 7 p.m. Okay, I read it wrong. Okay, that explains how you can stitch. Yeah, but I think it was busy mom stitcher who stitches before she goes to work at 7 a.m. Still, I couldn't do that. Coco says, I didn't get out of bed until 9:30 a.m. today. Oh, I was out bed 6:55. Too early. I have 12 minutes left. Then I have to prepare to get them from school. Yeah, Coco says, I was still stitching at 1 a.m. though. Yeah, I stopped at 11:30 p.m. and I was awake at 6:55. Ella, Milou, dat u weten niet. Wow, I didn't know that. Max Color Stitches says, I wake up at the last possible moment, so no time to stitch before work, unfortunately. Good thing I work from home, so I don't have to get up early. That's easy. And you do not have to drive or maybe traffic issues. Me, it's 5:37 a.m. here. I don't worry about a job. Stitching is my vocation. Other people calling it being retired. Okay. And Coco says, same here, Max Color. Yeah. My work is my children. My job. And my pets. And did you make a decision for your 25 count, what you will do with it? Because you didn't like the fabric? Tricia says, stitching is also my vocation and I'm a morning person. Oh. Wow, it's good as possible. Anne says, yes, if I went into the office, it would take me an hour each way, so I decided I didn't want to do that anymore a couple of years ago. And it's a good thing it was allowed that you could stay at home, to work at home. But it's like, I think that's also weird. Oh, like 5 p.m., I'm done. And then you close your office. Okay, I'm at home. So it's, yeah, I think it's really strange. Hopla. Katie says I'm retired also. Yeah. And another thing that ChatGPT said was, if you do even 10 stitches, new stitches, it's progress. It's so, all the stitches you have done that you didn't have last week, that's all progress. So he was like, he had a chat with my husband. He always says that. And says, my work don't really like that. I don't come in, but let me do it anyway, as I have been there a long time and still get all my work done. Oh, yeah, okay. And the feeling as closing your door and I'm at home? Tricia says, it's nice to hear you chatting about your kids, Siske. It will all work out in the end. I hope so. I hope so. I hope I get them to the best mindset. Like I said, I still have work to do with the little one. Yesterday I asked him 6 times to put his homework sheets in his school bag. 6 times. And he's losing everything. I told him, like, I think a lot, that if you put everything on its place, you will find it. Yeah. But he is then, he's 7. He's 7 years old now. He's becoming 8 in April. The first day at school, last Monday, he came home and he already lost his lunchbox at school. The next day he found him, but you know what I mean, He forgets everything. And then Saturday I bought him a new lunchbox. Even 2. So he got it with him at, when he take it? Monday? This Monday, he take it with him. And then Monday evening, he came home and the top of the lunchbox was already off. It was one that you could open and close, but it was with a small back. It was attached to each other and it was already open. And says, I think I will restart my 25 count piece. I'm just not enjoying it and it's too lumpy. yeah, then I think it's better to restart and enjoy your stitching again. And I also want that new fuzzy, was it Fuzzy Wuzzy kitten? But it's all the same colors, eh? I think I will hate that. So I didn't buy it yet because I'm thinking of background stitching and cat stitching all the same colors. Oh, Tricia says, oh, I had one just like that and he's an April child. Oh no, I think it's the month. He is born Friday the 13th April. So I think it's the month. He's a little boy of his own. He's 6 and he's a mini daddy. Yeah. Yeah. He looks like his father too. In all his things he do, I see my husband. And my husband is not, how do you say, strict with him. So he allows a lot, and that's not helpful either. If I say no, he says yes. Oh, Mia says, hi, I'm sitting in the car while my parents are at the grocery, here for just a bit. Welcome for a bit. I'm glad you are feeling better, Mia. Oh, Katie says, my mother told me when they are little, they step on your feet, and when they grow up, they step on your heart. But I think it's true. I think there is truth in that, Katie. Max Color Stitches or Anne says, Fuzzy Wuzzy only has 60 colors, so yes, there will be a lot of the same colors, but I cannot resist. That's my thing. I'm still debating. And Mia says, yes, so am I. Children. There is another thing that they say. When you have little children, you have little worries. When you have big children, you have big worries. Mia says, and I love the names of the kitty charts. Yeah, she has another one. It's a black cat with pumpkins and a purple background. Nee, it's not Fluffy. Yeah, the names, eh? New charts. But I still will have it. Surprises me, Anne, that you didn't start the cat house from Have the Nerd Designs. Yes, Laura, it's Furby. Thank you. I thought it was fuzzy too. It's Furby. I have that one. Tricia says that's true. It never stops. Wayne was born April 18th. Whoa, close. My oldest son is born 18th of March. My youngest son 13th of April. And it was Friday the 13th because I still hearing my grandmother saying not that day. She was very superstitious. And then my youngest daughter, I have only one daughter. She is born at the 4th of January, 2014. Yeah, cat house. You have to look it up, Anne, and have the nerd designs. It's 5 cats on it in a vintage style of house. And I will start that one soon, hopefully. And I need... Oh, I forgot to mark off some stitches. Yeah, I will do my last 9 stitches and then I need to go. Oh no, it's not 9 only anymore. Yeah, 4 stitches it is. So one, like I thought, I will not have my 500 stitches done, but I'm very close because I'm at 400 stitches now. So I only need 100 and then I can switch to my next whip for the day. Mia says, I have started a lot this year. I was down to 40, now I'm up to 54. Yeah, that's okay. I think I already started 22 this year. I need to check out my spreadsheet for that. Bye, Mia. Laura says, thanks as always for the live, Siske. They're always such a fun time. Yeah, I cannot promise when the next one will be. Maybe tomorrow morning again. I don't know yet. You will see when I go live. I'm not making promises because life is unpredictable. Really, it is. Trisha says, well, have a good rest of your day. Siske, bye everyone. Yeah. So I wanted to say I'm now at 34,586 stitches out of 689,310 and I have 5.02% completed. So yay! I reached the 5% now. And for Anne, I will show you cat house. No, I'm not stitching. I can show it. It's at the bottom of my thing here. Cat house is here. And it's this one from Jenna della Crotaglia. Yeah, Maldonado. This is cat house. So this one is missing from your stash. And this is the mock-up. A bit behind, yeah, that you can see it. So this is the mock-up. I hope Anne is still here and she sees it. Yeah. And I have Kitty Caboodle too, see? But I would crop that first part that you have stitched. So I would crop off that part. Yeah, but I like the background on that one. It's curly. It's not just green or something else. It has motifs in it. Or trees or whatever. Ja, mocht dan buiten. So now I have to leave you. because time is running already. And I will see you hopefully next time. So everyone who popped in to chat with me, thank you. Everyone who catch the replay, thank you for watching. And happy stitching. And I hope I can see you another time for a live. Bye bye everyone and have a good day.